Hi, this is Harry. This is Keep It Real, and welcome back. Here's my review on The Last of Us Episode 7. It's called Left Behind. This episode is I'm going to do a quick review because not a lot happened in this episode, especially for the show it's on its own. If you're playing the game, you will know that this episode is taken straight out of the downloadable contents, and it's like an addendum to the game. Usually you play this part after you finish the entire game. So if talking about the game itself, this part of the game was it's something like so PlayStation could make extra money by selling extra gameplay for customers, and this was part of it. It really doesn't do much for the story going forward. It's just an add-on basically, and it's interesting how the show took this part of the story, not even part of the story, but they included into the story because it doesn't really fit into the story at all. This episode starts off with what happened last episode where Joel gets stabbed. After getting stabbed, this episode starts with Ellie bringing Joel into a garage. This scene actually where Joel is hurt in the game happens way later on. They cut and spliced it into two different places because I guess it's better for the story to move along, because like I said earlier, the downloadable content does not belong here at all, and Joel gets hurt multiple times in the game for various reasons, and this where the show is happening where Joel is hurt, was actually where he gets hurt, I think, again. Yeah, this is where he gets hurt, but they do where he's at and where the downloadable content takes place is not in the same place. Ellie brought Joel into a house, and in the game, the downloadable content is in itself a completely different story, whereas Joel and Ellie are in a mall, and then Joel gets hurt, and then Ellie's at the mall scrounging up medicine or whatnot to help Joel. In the story of the TV show, Joel is already hurt, and Ellie is now in the house looking for something to help him. So let's get back to how the show. The show starts off with Joel telling Ellie just to go, leave him there, let him die, and pushes her away. And then we get Ellie having a flashback. The flashback takes place way before the events of the show. And before the events of the show, but during the time of the infections. Ellie's in military school, and she's not really getting along with people. This episode is also very controversial. For those people that it's going to make it controversial, for me it doesn't make it any controversial at all. This episode is that very simple. Ellie and her best friend Riley. Ellie loves her. There's LGBTQ episode again that people is going to freak out about, but in the game it was revolutionary because it was the first time it ever happened, and it happened in this episode too. We see she's Ellie's 14, and I don't know how old Riley is, but Riley takes Ellie to the mall, and they hang out like like normal teenagers, and they have a good time. During that time of just fooling around in the arcade, riding a merry-go-round, they share a kiss. Obviously, this is gonna trigger a lot of people off. People, 2023, love is love. Let people love who they want to love. Who cares? Let people live their lives. I wish this is true for everybody, but that's just my opinion. I'm not political. I just let people live. Let people do what they want to do. Who are you to say what's right and wrong? People could do whatever the hell they want. Don't judge people because how they feel or how they treat, how they feel for another person. I hate when people say, that's wrong. How's it wrong? It's wrong to you because you have a preconceived notion that it's wrong. Let people love whoever they want to love. Leave it alone. So this episode shows that Ellie, a 14-year-old, is coming, you know, she's attracted to Riley. She has a crush, a love interest, and she's young, she's impressionable, so, you know, it's a cute episode. It wasn't that thrilling in terms of, you know, action. In the game, we see them confront multiple infected people. In this episode, they had one, which is pretty lame. In the game, both of them, Ellie and Riley, gets bitten, as well as the show. They get bitten, and they thought, you know, they don't show much afterwards. They just have a little cute moment of saying, you know, I didn't want this to end like this. But obviously, we know that Ellie's immune, so we could assume that Riley succumbs to the infection, and obviously Ellie goes on. The end of the episode is Ellie finds a sewing kit, I guess, a needle and thread, and runs back to Joel. And to everyone's surprise, Joel is actually very happy to see Ellie, and actually grabs hold of her hands, holds onto her hands and squeezes it, apologizes for what he did earlier, and I guess opening up and showing how he cares for her and thanking her for coming back for him. And that's how it really ends. The episode ends with Ellie sewing up Joel. So I actually like this episode again. It's very dramatic. It does not have much in terms of excitement. They have one infected. It bit both of the girls. They took them down rather, I guess, easily. Riley shot him 3 times. In the game, you shoot infected 3 times, they usually fall, but, you know, they had to play it up because they only had one infected. Once again, my problem with the infected is that they show them in the light, and when they show them in the light, you see they look pretty stupid. They didn't use CG, they used practical effect. It looked like a guy in a mask, and it looked, I don't know, others may think differently. I thought it looked really terrible, but I just think the effect does not look good. In the game, I guess it works because it's cartoonish, but when you see it in live action, it kind of looks pretty lame. But maybe that's why they only put one in. But overall, the episode was a nice episode. It was cute. You see, you know, a teenager, you know, trying to express their feelings for each other, and they do, and they show their love for each other. I thought it was cute. I thought it was nice that they were able to confess their love for each other, whether it's male male, male female, female female, doesn't really matter. To me, it doesn't matter. I'm not liberal. I don't have any political agenda. I let people live their lives. If people are happy, that's the most important thing. Life is short. Live your life, be happy. That's how I live my life. And, well, let me know what you think about this episode. It's a short video. There's nothing really happened in this video. Just episode was a flashback, so really nothing much happening. So leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about it. I'll talk to you next time. Give us a like, subscribe, comment, please. Take care.